And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original movie, The Power of the Dog. Have you heard of this? Were you excited to see it? Were you one of the few that have seen the film at the random cinema places that it's out in the UK? It's here in London, in Curzon Cinema, in Oxford, but that's about it. Let me know your thoughts below. Let's jump in. Charismatic rancher Phil Burbank inspires fear and awe in those around him. When his brother brings home a new wife and her son, Phil torments them until he finds himself exposed to the possibility of love. Jane Campion directed this film. You probably know her work from The Pianist. If you've seen that, you kind of know the tone of the film that you're in for. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes long, but for me, it definitely felt longer than 2 hours and 6 minutes. It felt like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And it's one of those anomaly films where both critics and audience so far who have seen it have really enjoyed it. And it's definitely one of those films that when you're watching it, you're like, yeah, this is gonna win awards. But it's also a film I'm not so sure that I enjoyed. It's one of those films that you know that what you're watching is excellent. Benedict Cumberbatch, it's probably his best performance. It sets you in the tone, in the mood. You know exactly what you're in for. You know what you're watching. You are enjoying the performances, but it's a film that is awkward to watch. It's a story about a person basically being a real dick, a douchebag. It's the brother that doesn't like this new person. He feels threatened in his family. He's genuinely that kind of really gritty cowboy that is nasty, and he plays it perfectly to a T, exactly what you would think, but exacerbates that character so much more. And then the story kind of twists itself way later into the film than I was expecting, to him experiencing a relationship that they don't really go that much into, but you know where it could go. Each of the performances that you get in this film are incredible. From Benedict Cumberbatch to Kirsten Dunst, Jesse Plemons, Cody Smith-McPhee, who I thought was excellent. Every performance is nuanced, and you know that the script they've been given, they've taken it, they've chewed it, and they're giving you something really meaty on screen. So performances alone, I think this is worth watching. And then you have the cinematography. It's set in New Zealand. Well, it's filmed in New Zealand, so you have those massive backdrops and those plains with mountains in the background that kind of sets the tone and the mood. It's very sparse. It really feels like a western, but there are cars, so we're just changing the time, and so there does feel like there's change on the horizon. Technology is creeping in, but the way of the cowboy is still there. And then you have these little stories of what it's like to live with a person that is just terrible to live with. And then you see a tangent of one story go along one way with Kirsten Dunst as she's affected with that, living under the same roof. You see her son who's affected and living under the same roof by the person, the aura that they create. It's the presence of that. And Cumberbatch definitely carries the film for the presence, but the acting nuances from each character are incredible. There are scenes that will stand out that I think actors will use as a template to go, yeah, this is what I want to do, a showcase when I'm doing auditions, or I send audition tapes out for potential screenings that I may be able to get, you know, the script that for a character that I want to play. I will send them this. I will do certain monologues, or just show my character, build it around something like that. I think it will be studied. At the same time, when I finished this film, I'm not sure I enjoyed it, because it's not a film I think I ever want to go back to, because it's not an enjoyable theme. Like, you know what you've watched is incredible and is definitely worth watching once. I haven't mentioned the score either. The score is very unique, very different, is absolutely a character on its own. I know sometimes people say that, but like, this character and it's really helping the film. This is the score, it uses like piano tones, which makes sense in the film when you watch it, and it's very creepy, it's really weird, it adds attention to the film that is much needed, and had that not been there, you would have felt the need of a score to add atmosphere. This does it. It's very light on the score, and it's not always present, but when it is used, it's excellently done. It's definitely like a showpiece of, hey guys, this is what we can do. This is what cinema is, and here are all the awards for it. I feel like when the Oscars come round in February or whatever they're going to be doing it this time round, I feel like it will definitely win a few. Cumberbatch will be up there for like Best Actor, Kirsten Dunst for Supporting Actress, Jesse Plemons. You know, the cast is great, maybe even for Best Picture. It is that type of film that wins the awards, but it's also the type of film, often for me, when it's the Best Picture, it's like, I enjoyed the experience of it, but I didn't enjoy the ride of it. Does that make sense? So I think this is going to split audiences for like the masses. When you comes out on Netflix on Wednesday, people are going to be like, yeah, I was really bored out of my mind. And I could understand that. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But then there's going to be people going into this film. It's a Western, but it has a theme and a message. You kind of know what you're in for, and you're going to enjoy every screen and shot. So I have mixed feelings about this. When it comes to the technical expertise of this film, I'm going to give it 4.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5. But when it comes to the enjoyment of it, I would give it 2.5. So that's kind of where I'm at with the film. I understand how good it is, but I'm not sure I would ever watch it again. Thanks so much for watching this review. Let me know your thoughts below. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.
In the name of Zeus's butthole!